I just realized the hopelessness of life, and finally I just started laughing and said, forget it. I'm going to dress in all black and scream at people. I'm going to tear the veil out of their poor eyes.
Hicks became the self-proclaimed dark poet. Wearing all black, he was a Marlboro red-smoking preacher of venom-laced truths, convinced it was his responsibility to expose lies, challenge mediocrity, and force people to think for themselves.
You! CIA killed Kennedy! You! Did you ever ooh me, you sheep? You're cattle! You! Grow a brain!
Bill struck a chord with a growing population of disenfranchised youth. His act fit into the underground zeitgeist of the late 80s, and he shared fans with the late punk, early grunge bands that were attacking the same corporate targets.
It's not that I disagree with Bush's economic policies or his foreign policies, all right? It's that I believe he's a child of Satan. Here to destroy the planet Earth. Yes, I'm over here. That's where I am. I'm this away. And what bugged me so much about the election was sadness, how, apathetic and docile we are now as a mass, is that it made the whole election about money. Everyone seemed to find that snarful as could be. You know what I mean? It's all about money, your wallet. Bill, you vote for Clinton. Taxes going up. I'm warning you right now. He may say he's not right, taxes going up. Well, I have news for you, folks. There's other reasons not to vote for Bush than taxes, okay? The reason I didn't vote for him, you ready? Is that Bush, along with Ronald Reagan, presided over an administration who, for 12 years, their policy towards Central America included genocide. Now, see, the reason I didn't vote for him is because he's a mass murderer. See, there's other reasons to vote than your wallet. See, I weighed taxes, mass murder. I thought, you know what? I can pay an extra nickel on gas a gallon, just knowing little brown kids aren't being clubbed to death like baby seals, so Pepsi can put a plant in Nicaragua. Yeah. There's other reasons to vote than your own selfish, fat needs. Okay?
He was a hit at universities where students were trading bootleg Hicks tapes and quoting lines from his sets. They saw Hicks as a voice of reason among a sea of Reaganomics and superficial entertainment. He released a comedy album, and it was placed in alternative music racks and record stores. Hicks became an underground comic rock star, and his act took on the aura of a rock concert.
There's no difference between good music and good comedy. It's entertainment.
Critics took notice of the dark poet, and word of mouth continued to spread his growing legend. Inspired by his underground success, Hicks quit drinking. It wasn't alcohol that made a comic a genius. It was his ability to express a truth, even an unpopular one.
Anyway, I'm watching Terminator 2. Did y'all see Terminator 2? Yeah! Thinking to myself, halfway through this film, these are the most amazing stunts I've ever seen in my life. How are they ever going to be able to top these stunts in a movie again? There's no way. Unless they start using terminally ill people as stuntmen in pictures. Hear me out. As I notice some of you, this might sound cruel, maybe. Oh, Bill, terminally ill stunt people, that's cruel. You know what I think cruel is? Leaving your loved ones to die in some sterile hospital room surrounded by strangers. That. Put them in the movies. What? You want your grandmother dying like a little bird in some hospital room, her translucent skin so thin you can see her last heartbeat work its way down her blue veins? Or do you want her to meet Chuck Norris?
He saw every small club filled with conservative, flag-waving Americans as a challenge. On the evening of this infamous set in Chicago, word got out that Hicks was on fire, and other comics left their sets early to watch him face off with the audience, just to see who could last longer.
I'm beginning to believe in a palpable evil on this planet right now. In fact, I believe there is an Antichrist. In fact, I know who the Antichrist is. Dick Clark. Sounds ludicrous, doesn't it? Dick Clark, the Antichrist. But think about it. Who's been on TV as long as you can recall? Dick Clark. Who has not aged one day? Dick Clark. Who brings us Tiffany, Wham, Casey and the Sunshine Band? Bobby Goldsboro. Dick Clark. That is not Dick Clark. That is a Dick Clark rubber mask with a zipper in the back. When he gets off that TV show year after year, week after week, systematically lowering the standards of this country, he undoes that zipper, and underneath is a cloven-hooved, horned Wolverine. There's a knock on the door. The door opens, and John Davidson walks in. John Davidson drops his pants and his bikini panties and leans over a desk. Does anyone not know where this one's headed?
Many people were repelled and got up and left, which only spurred him on.
I will stay till you are gone. Drive out of here one at a time. I don't care. I've got hours of dick jokes. I've got hours of dick jokes. I've got hours of dick jokes for you.
Hicks so desperately wanted to wake people up that he ended up alienating himself from them. His frustration would overtake him, and he would become almost possessed.
You suck. You get the out of here right now. Get out. You idiot. You're everything that America should be flushed down the toilet, you turd. You. Get out. Get out, you drunk bitch. Take her out. Take her out. Take her to somewhere that's good. Go see Madonna, you idiot piece of shit. I want you to go find a soul.
Hicks scared audiences so much that very few people saw his softer, gentler side, which was revealed far less often.
I have to state to you my vision, and you've been a great crowd, and I've enjoyed it. And my vision is, and you know all that money we spend on nuclear weapons and defense every year, right? Trillions of dollars, correct? Trillions. Instead, if we spend that feeding and clothing the poor of the world, which it would pay for, not one human excluded, not one, we could, as one race, explore outer space together in peace forever. That's it. Thank you.
In September 1989, Bill's Letterman ban was lifted when he was rediscovered by a new segment producer who talked Bob Morton into giving him another chance. Accepting censorship as a necessary evil, Bill delivered the producers a stripped-down version of his act. They loved it, and Hicks made 7 more appearances over the next 3 years. But people watching the watered-down performances never got to see the wild, dangerous Bill Hicks, and ultimately, his career remained unchanged. With no outlet for Bill in America, he would have to take his uncensored act to a new audience.
It's interesting. I found this out. I think it's so weird that the Australians were originally the criminal class of Great Britain, and the Brits, in order to punish them, sent them to Australia, their own prehistoric, Eden-like island continent. Bummer. Boy, you don't want to get on the wrong side of them Brits. They'll f*** you good. What do you want to bet the crime rate really soared in Great Britain when people figured out where they were going to be sent to? Let me get this straight. You keep the shitty food and the shitty weather, and we get the Great Barrier Reef and lobsters the size of canoes. I'm Jack the Ripper.
Despite 6 appearances on Letterman since his debut in 1984, Bill Hicks was still virtually unknown to mainstream American audiences. He got a break from his arduous touring schedule in July of 1990, when the 28-year-old was invited to perform